We've just received a significant update from Tommy Robinson's team, one that raises serious questions about what's really going on behind the walls of HMP Woodhill. What they've shared paints a picture that sharply contradicts the official version being presented to the courts. The details are disturbing, the implications even more so. This is an important update, and what you're about to hear will challenge everything the authorities claim about Tommy's current conditions. Stay tuned, but first, hit the like button and subscribe.
Before we go ahead, we request you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. If you liked what you watched now, you seriously need to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates on these.
Supposedly enjoying a fairly generous regime. In her statement to Mr. Justice Chamberlain, she claimed that Tommy gets 3 hours out of his cell each day to use the exercise yard, gym, showers, and laundry facilities. On top of that, she said he has access to social visits 4 times a week, additional work hours 3 days per week, and up to 4 hours of telephone access daily to contact friends and family. But Tommy's team says this is completely false. They've confirmed that Tommy had no phone access at all last Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday, not a single call. And more concerning still, he has had no regime whatsoever for the last 2 days, meaning no time out of his cell at all, no gym, no yard, no exercise, no work, nothing. So what's changed? Here's the disturbing development his team shared. The limited regime Tommy was allowed only existed because he was being held in the separation center at HMP Woodhill. That area has now been taken over by jihadist prisoners, some of whom were transferred from HMP Franklin and Durham. These individuals were separated from each other after Hashem Abedi, the brother of the Manchester Arena bomber, attacked prison guards with boiling oil and stabbed them. Now that this dangerous group has been moved into the separation center, Tommy's access has been revoked. He no longer receives the regime he was promised, and there is no sign of when or if it will be restored. What makes this even more frustrating, according to his team, is that Tommy had long requested to be moved into that very same separation center earlier in his sentence. He knew it offered a small kitchen and more humane conditions where he could make his own food and maintain some routine. He was repeatedly denied that request. The official excuse? That the unit was undergoing works, and yet those works now seem to have been completed, just in time for jihadist inmates, not for him. His team is now openly challenging the misleading narrative presented to the court by Nicola Marfleet. They say her witness statement painted a false image, as if Tommy were living in comfort, almost like a guest at a resort rather than enduring extended lockdown and isolation. They've described her portrayal as making it sound like he's in a chalet at Butlins, when in reality he's in near total confinement. Let's break it down clearly. No phone access on multiple days. No regime at all for the last 2 days. No painting and decorating job, only a basic cleaning role. A DVD player handed to him only a week before his judicial review. Repeated denials of visitation. And now, jihadists housed in the very unit he was never allowed to access. All of this is playing heavily on Tommy's mind. His team says he is deeply frustrated, not just by the harsh conditions, but by the fact that the courts now view his situation through a false lens, as if he's receiving privileges that simply don't exist. They're calling it what it is: misrepresentation, inconsistency, and a serious failure of accountability from the prison's leadership. This update from his team makes one thing clear. What's being said in official statements does not reflect the harsh reality on the ground. His rights are being denied, his treatment is being misrepresented, and the public deserves to know the truth. We'll continue monitoring this and share more as soon as further updates are received. In other news, Welsh farmers are fighting Energy Secretary Ed Miliband's nationwide pylon rollout by refusing to let Green Gen Cymru onto their land. Landowners are willing to face criminal charges for blocking access, with campaigners saying they are not going to mess about. The company wants to build a 60-mile network of 108-foot pylons through rural Wales. The project aims to connect onshore wind farm projects to the national grid through the Tywi and Teifi valleys. days. Residents oppose the plans, saying Miliband's only legacy will be destroying the British countryside. This resistance could hinder the Labour minister's plans to build hundreds of pylons across the country in his net zero push. More than 100 affected landowners have been refusing access to their land for surveying, unless underground cables are seriously considered. Greengen Cymru selected more than a dozen to be dragged to court on civil grounds after applying for warrants to access private land. If warrants are issued, continuing to deny access would become a criminal matter. Wyn Jenkins, 71, reluctantly agreed to grant access after being bullied into signing a license agreement. The transport boss feared £50,000 in legal fees and worried about potential criminal charges affecting his business. "You don't want to be in front of the commissioner with a criminal record," he said. Other farmers have vowed not to back down. Resident Glenn Edgeworth, 69, called the plans a disaster, adding, "The thought people are going to ruin it is heartbreaking when there's an alternative." Robert Lancaster and Arian Edwards from Landovery Pylon Community Action Group claim cable ploughing is a cost-comparative method that would be a win-win for all parties. The group aims to preserve the unspoilt part of Wales with its world-class scenery, recently recognised when the Heart of Wales line was included in National Geographic's list of best train trips globally. The Welsh resistance could serve as a test case for several proposed pylon networks across Britain. In March, the government offered £250 annual energy bill discounts to residents near new pylons, which Lancaster called an absolute joke. Anne Davies, Plaid Cymru MP for Sherfordun, attended court hearings alongside 80 protesters in what she described as a David versus Goliath battle. The tenant farmer called the court process theatre, show, and intimidation. On potential criminal charges, she added, "The feeling is we're not going to mess about." Greengen Cymru said it was pleased to reach agreements with the majority of landowners facing court. "We want to work constructively and cooperatively with landowners to reach agreements without the need for legal proceedings," a spokesman said. The company added that the infrastructure is critical to meeting the challenges of the climate emergency. What are your...
Before we go ahead, we request you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. If you liked what you watched now, you seriously need to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates on these.